Hola mis amigos and possible amigas, my name is Tafford Steen. Welcome back to another episode of Reading Your Comments. It is Thursday, May 13th, or maybe Wednesday, May 20th if you're watching us a day early on Patreon. For those of you who don't know, Patreon's going to get the option to watch the reaction videos up to a day early, sometimes more, and get your name and description as well. But regardless of what day you're watching this on, let's go ahead and read some comments. Now every comment for Phoenix Knights 11 will be remembered to react to the bloopers. Well, to be fair, I have the memory of a goddamn goldfish, so I'll probably need it. I do hope Stacey Dooley wore a Postmodern Family forced compliance face mask when she stayed over. They really do sell those, by the way. It's a real thing. And no, she didn't, unfortunately. You'll find out about it tomorrow, though. It's the Eurovision Song Contest on the 22nd of this month. Please react to the finals if you can. I think I reacted to the results in 2019, obviously, because I don't think they did it last year because of the pandemic. But maybe. I did that, and I did another Eurovision compilation a couple years ago that did really well as well, so might do. We'll see. Have you ever seen or reacted to the League of Gentlemen? You know, it's interesting. I was thinking about it at one point, and I decided to type it into the Google machine to try to get some more info, but every time I typed it up and clicked on a page, it just said it was a local show for local people and that there was nothing for me there. So, weird. Continue with more bad education? You know, I will, but I tell you what, it's a real kick in the dick to that show that I could only get the first episode on YouTube. I thought for sure that was going to be like my next big YouTube series, and turns out only the first episode, for whatever reason, is unblocked. That sucked. I would have already done probably episodes 3 and 4 by now if it wasn't that way, but real kick in the dick that it has to be a Daily Motion show. I'm sure I read at the time that Pauline said she didn't want to do documentary because it was too painful. Yeah, that makes more sense. I think Ardale was maybe just assuming that's why she didn't show up, and maybe it was wrong for him to assume, I don't know, but I had a feeling surely that wouldn't have been her actual reasons. Haven't seen this one before. There's another documentary about Dermot Square. Really? Is it any good? What year did it come out? There's an episode of Shooting Stars with Dermot Morgan as a contestant if you'd like to react to that. Might do. I saw Shooting Stars, a long time ago, actually. That is a very... Some of you might not even know I did a reaction to that. It's so long ago. Let me look at my thumbnails folder, because that was a very long time ago. Let's see. Shooting Stars. Is it gonna come up? It's gonna come up. Here we go. American Rex is Shooting Stars. When was this thumbnail created? March 19th, 2019. So over 2 years ago. So maybe. Might do. I worked for Dermot's sister for years. She's a lady. Really? Dermot's sister's a lady, didn't see that coming, and told me that they had an episode that was nearly made. Ted and Dougal get left on a double-decker Dublin bus after falling asleep. They then left there all night with a vicious dog in the lower deck. I bet you the plot twist would have ended up being that it was a fucking chihuahua or something. In Life on Mars, when they find the body at the canal, the music should be Wild Horses. It seems so powerful to me. I remember that. There must be a version ripped from the DVD rather than the original airing. Yeah, Quaid got like the HD version that was on the DVD, and I guess because of some copyrights, you know how copyright law is, that when they put it on DVD, they did change some music, evidently. Also, to continue this comment, male rape is so often depicted as something just to brush off on TV, whereas female rapism was an awful thing. You could argue here that 70s attitudes being depicted again. I think even today the attitude persists. Anyway, it was good if you called out for what it was. I mean, not just on TV, just in real life. In real life, people brush off male rape as nothing. You know, be like, oh, whatever, you know, you got raped, you probably liked it. That's like that's the attitude. That's the attitude towards it. Like, people are like, oh, men can't get raped. Men can absolutely get raped. Men can get raped by women too. You know, I hate to invade your fragile masculine world where male rape doesn't exist, but it fucking exists. Hey Noah, you should react to Monty Python's Life of Brian. I will do at some point. I think actually that is on the request list. Let me see. I think it is. Yes, it is Sparks' request. So yeah, that will happen at some point. They missed the trick in Phoenix Knights by not showing any of the local kids with tiger faces showing up every now and again. They kept it with Kenny and seemed to forget countless local kids affected. True. I mean, it was a good running gag of him, but they could have made a lot more as well. I would have also liked to have seen Jerry perform Gangsta's Paradise. I do know in the last episode there's a scene where he does perform a rap song. I won't tell which one. I hope it's Tupac. Did you notice their Phoenix Club t-shirts and the first few scenes had Phoenix spelled wrong, as in Phoenix? It's a we understated touches like that that make the series so cool. I did not notice that. I did realize, though, that when I saved the Phoenix Knights videos in my folder after rendering them, that I too had spelled Phoenix wrong. So, evidently none of us can spell. Max and Patty's Road to Nowhere is alright. It's nowhere as good as Phoenix Knights, right enough. Yeah, again, it's just, like, I said this at the beginning of the last episode, but I'm so interested in seeing it just because of how divisive the reception's been. Like, it's been 3 groups of people in the comment sections. One people were like, oh, it's, it's on par with Phoenix Knights and everything else that Peter K's ever done. Some people who vehemently hate it, and like, oh, it's terrible. It's Peter K's, worst thing he's done. It's his, weakest work. And then there's people in the middle that say, it's alright. It's alright. I don't know if I'd say if it's good as Phoenix Knights, but it's alright. So, very divisive opinions, and I'm very interested in seeing it just based off that. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for another episode of Reading Your Comments. The comments in this video were pulled, not counting the comment at the beginning, were pulled from 4 different videos. Last week's episode of Reading Your Comments, American reacts to Phoenix Knights 10, American reacts to Life on Mars 4, and American reacts to the Father Ted documentary. So, if you want to know where to comment to get your comment read next week, comment on this video, American reacts to IT Crowd 15, which came out yesterday, the Stacey Dooley show that comes out tomorrow, and whatever ends up coming out on Monday. Those 4 videos will be the places to comment if you want a chance to get your comment read in next week's episode of Reading Your Comments. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, be sure to like it. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel, Free 16 Views, where I post every single Saturday, my Twitter if you want to follow me, my Patreon if you want to support me on my daily motion and my VO. All those things are down in the description down below. Thank you again to all, as I'm currently recording, 73 of my Patrons to support me and my channel. For those who don't know, you can be a Patreon on me for as low as $1 or £1. You get access to direction videos and a Reading Your Comments up to a day early, and you get your name in the description as well. Also in the description is a link to the community Reddit, as well as the daily schedule, as well as the Twitch VODs channel. With all that being said, though, my name is Stafford's Team. This has been another episode of Reading Your Comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.